All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back. Hope you've had a good week so far. So in this video for a live stream mix tip, we're going to talk about adding grit or some dirt to our bass so it will cut through on our live stream. And to go along with this one, again, I've got you a free guide and free training in the description below, jakerussellaudio.com/livestream mix tips, where you're going to get my live stream mix tip guide as well as a 45-minute free training for new sound people. So if you're struggling or you have a new struggling sound person that just needs to understand the basics, this is a training I threw together where it's like you and I are sitting down for 45 minutes and we're just going to chat about sound, and I'm going to tell you all the things you need to know to get up and running in any situation. So if that sounds good, again, hit the link in the description, jakerussellaudio.com/livestream mix tip. All right, so on to the video. So number 6, more grit on your bass. So a lot of times in smaller churches, we're using basses that are plugged basically directly into the board, or like I've heard them say on the Bethel channel before, you have the dad bass sound where it's just all low end, a little bit of low mids, and zero top end. So what that means, if you play that bass through a phone, nothing's going to come out. I don't know if you've ever done like one of the frequency tests on a phone where it just runs a sine wave through the frequency spectrum. Those things don't produce any sound below like 400 hertz or something. It's shocking how little low mids and lows are on a phone, and that's where so many people are listening to your live stream. So what that means is they're not going to hear the bass. You could rip into the best bass solo that's ever been this side of heaven and no one will hear it. So what we need to do about that is add some harmonic content above the low mids up in, say the high mids or something where the phone is also not going to drop off again. So since we're working with a limited frequency range, we want to make sure that all of our stuff is going to be sending to the frequency range that will be produced by whatever the listener is listening with. So let's jump over to the board and add some grit to a very boring bass tone. All right, so this bass doesn't have really any top end happening on it, so let's listen to it and see what we can do about it. You can see there's some happening. You can hear the slap of the pickups a little bit. So let's just set up this SansAmp thing on here. So insert it on channel 9 and just see what happens. AB. A little too loud on the amp, but all right, so that doesn't sound like perfect or anything, but the idea is, first off, you'll want your bass player to know because it will affect how they play if they're playing into distortion. You can hear there, it's like he probably wouldn't have wanted to dig in quite so much because it makes the distortion kind of inconsistent, but the idea is the same. Basically, what we're doing is adding harmonic content above the bass and adding some more information that can go into those smaller speakers. So also, what you'll probably want to end up doing is then EQing this so that it kind of sounds more balanced in general because we are adding in a bunch of new information. So let's just do that real quick. You can see that range sounds pretty gnarly. Okay, so that's not perfect or anything, but what it will do is end up sounding better on a phone or something like that. It will cut through the mix a little bit more on those small speakers that can't reproduce those low and low mid frequencies. So again, I hope this is helpful. Hit the link in the description for all the free stuff, for my free guide and free training, and also like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Really helps me out. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.